Hi, great to see you again, and welcome back to another episode of Lumos Explained. Today, we're talking about Homo sapiens, aka us, the humans.
We appeared on Earth roughly 300,000 years ago, which, fun fact, is just 0.007% of the planet's lifetime.
And yet, in that tiny sliver of time, we managed to climb to the top of the food chain, outsmart every other species we know. In the process, we've done some pretty intense home renovations. We flattened mountains, rerouted rivers, built lakes and dams, covered the planet in cities, skyscrapers, and neon lights. We even punched a hole through the ozone layer, drilled miles into the crust, and launched satellites 42,000 kilometers above the surface. Through it all, humanity has reshaped this world in ways no creature before us ever could.
But here's the question, Tay. When we're gone, how long will those marks actually last?
Let's imagine. Let's imagine something wild. One morning, every human on Earth suddenly disappears. No explosion. No apocalypse. Just poof.
8 billion people, gone in an instant.
No goodbyes. Just silence. At first, nothing seems wrong. The lights are still on, planes still flying, your coffee machine still bubbling in an empty kitchen.
But within minutes, the world starts to fall apart.
Planes lose their pilots. Thousands of them drift for a while, running on autopilot until fuel runs out. Then they fall tech, metal birds dropping from the sky like dying stars. On the ground, it's chaos without consciousness. Cars crash, trains derail. Ships drift endlessly into the ocean. Even nuclear submarines sink quietly, trapped in steel coffins deep underwater. Within a few hours, every machine we built to serve us begins to betray us, not out of malice, but out of design. Because the world we built only works if we're there to push the buttons.
And now, there's no one left to push anything.
Cities buzz one last time as power grids overload, then fade to black. Streetlights die, elevators freeze mid-floor, and your favorite playlist stops mid-song. The Earth exhales comply, like it's been holding its breath for 300,000 years. For the first time since humans walked upright, the planet is quiet again. And the strangest part? It doesn't seem sad about it. Fast forward a week, the Wi-Fi's gone, the lights are out. But nature? Oh, she's rebooting fast. Without humans mowing lawns or spraying pesticides, plants explode in growth. Weeds push through asphalt. Trees split open sidewalks. Vines crawl up skyscrapers like they've been waiting for their chance to reclaim the throne. Domesticated animals wander in confusion. Dogs form packs. Cats act like nothing happened. Meanwhile, rats and cockroaches throw the biggest party evolution's ever seen. Power plants start failing one by one. Coal and gas stations run out of fuel. Wind turbines spin until gears jam. Solar farms bake in dust. Even nuclear reactors, humanity's most dangerous toys, begin shutting down on their own. Luckily, modern reactors have automatic safety systems, sealing their cores in thick steel and concrete tombs. The result? No global Chernobyl. Just quiet, cold structures humming their last. After a month, the Earth is dim, but alive. After a year, the air clears. No more car exhaust. No more factory smoke. Skies turn blue again. Oceans breathe again. And birds start nesting in the ruins of shopping malls. If aliens landed at this point, they'd probably think Earth's new dominant species were squirrels. Decades pass. Cities are green jungles. Skyscrapers crumble, their steel frames corroded by rain and time. But deep underground, machines still whisper. Some power grids keep running for years. Automated hydroelectric systems, sealed wind farms, hidden research labs, power. Eventually, even they flicker out.
But not everything dies so easily.
Orbiting above the planet, the International Space Station keeps circling Earth like a ghost ship. No astronauts aboard, just silent modules and frozen computers, looping endlessly until its orbit slowly decays.
One day, decades later, it burns up in the atmosphere cofferplate, a falling star made of human ambition.
Meanwhile, satellites in low orbit crash back to Earth within centuries. But the ones higher up, in geostationary orbit, 42,000 kilometers above us too, might survive for millions of years, forever circling a world that no longer remembers who put them there. Down below, our cities become fossils in real time. Skyscrapers crumble first. Stone temples and monuments last longer. And deep in the ocean, data cables and fiber lines lie preserved, a nervous system without a brain. Yet the most haunting survivors aren't made of metal or stone. Buried in satellites, hard drives, and memory chips, fragments of human thought, our videos, messages, memes, but the machines might stop working. The power might die.
But for a few thousand years, echoes of human genius, stupidity, and curiosity will still float among the stars.
100 years after humanity disappears, the Earth looks like it's been through a quiet revolution. Skyscrapers, those glass and steel trophies of our ego, begin to fall. Steel rusts, concrete cracks, and glass shatters under storms we no longer name. The tallest towers crumble first, not because they're weak, but because gravity is patient. Nature doesn't destroy cities, she absorbs them. Roots twist through concrete. birds nest inside traffic lights. And 1,000 years later, forests grow where Times Square used to be. Deserts reclaim Dubai. Ice crawls over Moscow. And beneath Tokyo's neon skeleton, moss glows in the dark tunnels of forgotten subways. If you were to visit Earth then, you wouldn't find ruins. You'd find art. A collaboration between decay and time. But not all our creations fade equally. Stone structures outlast metal ones. Temples, cathedrals, and pyramids still stand like stubborn ghosts, whispering, "We were here. We mattered." The irony? The more advanced our materials, the faster they die. Plastic melts, steel rusts, circuits rot. But the old things, the ones carved by hand, but endure.
Maybe that's the real joke evolution played on us. Our technology fades faster than our tombs.
Fast forward several millennia. Civilization is a rumor. Only a handful of our greatest works still exist, and even they're half buried. Among them stands a giant made of stone, the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's already survived more than 4,600 years of war, wind, and weather. Built from 2.3 million limestone blocks, each weighing several tons game. It wasn't just a tomb, it was a statement. And it will likely remain the last recognizable human monument for the next 9 to 10 million years. At that pace, the pyramids will slowly dissolve. Not collapse, not explode movement, but erode, one grain at a time. Other monuments, Mount Rushmore, the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, won't be as lucky. Rust, earthquakes, and time will erase them all within a few 100,000 years. Even the satellites we sent into space will eventually fall, except for those in high orbit, endlessly circling like digital fossils. The only other survivors might be the things we never meant to preserve. Nuclear waste, glowing faintly. Billions of years from now, Earth will look nothing like today. Continents will drift. The sun will grow hotter. Oceans will boil away. But buried deep beneath all that chaos, somewhere in the crust, our final legacy will remain. Not monuments, not satellites, but holes. Millions of drill holes, tunnels, and mines and filci, carved by a species obsessed with digging. If you stretch them all out, they'd reach the distance from Earth to Mars. 54 million kilometers. Those boreholes, like the Kola Superdeep or the Z44 Chavo oil well B, might survive longer than the planet itself. Future alien archaeologists, or whoever replaces us, might one day study those scars and wonder, what kind of creature digs into its own planet? Our true legacy isn't made of gold or glory. It's curiosity, the need to know, to explore, to mess with things we probably shouldn't. We may vanish. Our cities may crumble. But the questions we asked Maddie, the holes we drilled Maddie, will outlast every monument we built. Because the last artifact of humanity won't be what we made. It'll be what we wanted to know.